Ever since it was released, the Crystal Hollows has had a difficult time finding its place in the meta and has seen numerous updates to try to get it back in line. It received the largest balancing patch that it's seen since it was released, which is why in today's video I am going to be going over all of the changes and what they mean. My name's DK and welcome to the Skyblock Scoop. By the way, this video was made in partnership with Skyblock Maniacs. If you want to join one of the largest and most active community Skyblock servers with services for all of your dungeons and skill grinding needs, I recommend you follow the link in the description or go to discord.gg/sbm. Also, if you want the chance to win a Hyperion, I recommend you subscribe and join my Discord server where I'll be giving one away entirely for free. To start off, let's take a look at one of the most important changes, which was the nerf to the NPC sell price of gemstones. This change means that gemstones now are worth 4 coins to NPC instead of 8, which they were before. Ever since it was added, gemstone mining has been kind of problematic because it has injected tons of coins directly into the economy, which has led to a bunch of inflation on tons of different items. Although this nerf won't directly fix the problem, it should help it quite a bit, because a number of the other changes in this update are also to address this issue. The next big change is actually a series of changes that all have to do with the gemstone grinder and applying gemstones to items. The first thing is a change to the way gemstone slots actually work. Before, there were only 2 different types of gemstone slots, ones that were specific to a certain gemstone and ones that were universal. Now, there are 4 more types of gemstone slots, which are defensive, combat, offensive, and mining. These each hold their appropriate stats, which makes sense, and it's pretty simple to understand. The next big change is a bunch of new items that can now have gemstones added to them, with the caveat that not all of those slots come unlocked by default. Along with this, many items got additional gemstone slots that you have to unlock by paying a certain amount of coins and different gemstones. This only works on items that were created after the update, so I went ahead and got a brand new glaciite chestplate, and if I put it in the gemstone grinder, you'll see that there is one new gemstone slot which would cost 5,000 coins and a jade gemstone to unlock, which I can go ahead and do there. After it's unlocked, you can use it the same way you did before. However, the next change is that to remove gemstones, it also costs a certain amount of money. Removing a rough gemstone costs 1 coin, a flawed gemstone is 100, a fine gemstone is 10,000, flawless is 100,000, and perfect gemstones are 500,000 coins to remove. I don't entirely know why they made this change, but my guess is that it's just in the attempt to take some coins out of the economy. The final change to gemstone slots is you can see what slots are available and what slots are taken just below the stats on an item. Before we get on to the next series of changes, I want to quickly remind you that a very small percent of my viewers are actually subscribed, and subscribing would really mean the world to me. The next big change was a number of changes to the crystal nucleus, which was largely overlooked by many players because of the fact that the Divin's alloy was the only really worthwhile item you could get from it, and it was so unbelievably rare. Firstly, to combat this directly, the Divin's alloy was made 20% more common. This is still a pretty small change, and it will likely continue to be very, very rare. However, it does make a small impact. A number of other rewards have been added to the crystal nucleus, including 800 Heart of the Mountain each time you complete one, and 1 fine gemstone of each type. Along with this, a number of other rare drops have been added to the crystal nucleus loot pool. The crystal nucleus can now drop gemstone mixtures, fortune 4 books, ruby and jasper gemstones, along with a brand new mining pet item. Also, the rarity of the jade emerald and flawless gemstones from the crystal nucleus was increased as well. In total, I really like these changes because it makes the crystal nucleus much more consistently profitable, along with adding 2 new pretty cool items. I quickly mentioned them earlier, but I didn't really explain what they were, so I'm gonna go over them now. The first of those 2 new items is the Fortune 4 book. The Fortune 4 book really isn't anything special, but in my opinion, it's nice to see them adding higher level enchants for more things in the game. The other of these new items is the brand new mining pet item, which is called the Quick Claw. It gives 1 mining speed and 1 mining fortune for every 2 pet levels that your pet has, meaning that in total it can give up to 50 speed and 50 fortune. And this is a very good pet item. Along with those main changes, there are a bunch of other smaller changes which I'll go over one by one now. First is the recipe for the gemstone mixture was changed to require significantly less sludge juice and significantly more fine gemstones. In my opinion, these changes are mostly aimed at making gemstones more important in the market and less of them go to NPC. Next up is a small change to the artifact of power that will increase its rarity when when you put all 7 perfect gemstones on it. This means that when you recombobulate it and completely max it out, it becomes a legendary talisman instead of an epic, meaning that you can enrich it. However, this talisman will be extraordinarily expensive, and it's not even mythic. To add on to the usefulness of gemstones, the stats of the sapphire, ruby, and amethyst gemstones were all buffed. The last main change aimed at increasing the number of gemstones that are used instead of NPC'd is that pristine and compact will no longer conflict, meaning that significantly more people will be using both. Lastly, the Scatha's abilities were slightly changed. The rarity of a recombobulated Divin's Drill is now divine, and you can toggle off individual Heart of the Mountain abilities by clicking on them. There were also a number of smaller changes and bug fixes which I won't be going over here, but if you want to read the entirety of the patch notes, I will be linking it in the description. And with that just about wraps it up for this video. If you enjoyed, your support down in the comments section would really mean a lot. Also, if you want to come hang out with me and my community, I recommend you join my Discord server, discord.gg/dkmcc123. I'll see you guys later, and adios.